There we go. Is that better? Muted. Okay, sorry guys. Jesus. Off to a good start. Is that good? Is that better? It's going to take a second for the chat to like catch up real time. But that should be good now. Okay. Nice. Cool. So it's looking good then. All right. Well, what I was saying is that there's quite a few people in here, which is awesome to see. Adam, Eddie, Brian, Jonas, Sean, William, Ian, Gunnar, Tim, Brandon, Joey, Jamie, Sean. So sick. This is awesome. I had an idea to do this live stream, the reveal of the community gallery. I wanted to do it. I thought of it shortly after I did the first gallery. And I was like, dang, it'd be sick to be able to live stream it, the reveal, and have some of the photographers jump in the chat and be able to talk to everybody. And I wasn't really sure how to do the live streaming stuff, so I just bought some random things on Amazon to try to make it work, and we're gonna hope for the best. First live, like legitimate live stream on YouTube. So you're gonna have to bear with me because I might run into some technical difficulties at times, but yeah, I'm super stoked on this round of the community gallery, everyone. It blows my mind, the level of images that I receive, and seeing the people from all over the world submit images and just offer an inside view into their life in places and cultures that I've never seen before, that I'm unfamiliar with, and it's really, really inspiring to see. And I really appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now to check out the first week. I will say that I want to start things off. I kind of mentioned this on my Instagram story, that the community gallery is not meant to be a competition. It's just a place where I want to highlight some of the work of lesser known photographers, or people that I feel like don't, have a light shined on their work as often as some of the people that are constantly popping off on Instagram and YouTube. And in no way is it meant to be competitive, or I'm not trying to limit it to try to create, more hype around it or anything like that. I got about 350 submissions, and just with the 350 and trying to get 75 people up on the site, just with everything I got going on in my life, I don't have a lot of time to do that. So to try to host all 350 people would have been quite difficult. So that's kind of the reason why I just limited it to 75. But now that I have a better system in place, be able to bring it back more frequently. And so if you didn't get in this round, I encourage you not to worry about it, because there will be future galleries every 2 or 3 months is what I'm hoping for. So, and then we're just going to keep, trying to do it bigger and better each time, figure out a way that works to get more people involved, and working with some really, really great people, some really great companies to give you guys some really fun kind of prizes and giveaways too in the future. We were hoping to do it this round, but it was kind of short notice. Everything came together super last minute, so we're just going to wait for the next round. And yeah, there's going to be some awesome prizes, some film goodies for everyone, some clothing and whatnot from some really cool brands, which I'm really excited about. All right, let me get caught up on the chat a little bit. It's kind of going off. Mirror lockup on the mic. God, I just can't escape it. I really can't escape it. Jamie says I better watch my words or I'll roast you again. God. Goodness, what's up, everybody? This is so cool. 720p. How do I? Wait? What's the highest quality of the live stream? Oh, I don't know. I guess. I think that's okay. It's gonna have to be okay for this first one. Brian says he'll assist me for $50 an hour. I'll do it for $5. All right, so yeah, congrats to everyone that got in this round. Tried to just select a wide variety of photographers, and if you're in the chat and hanging out, that's awesome. I hope that there's quite a few of the photographers in this first week in the chat, because we're going to be reading through their bio, and just be awesome to kind of chat with them in the chat, learn more about the pictures, learn more about them. So yeah, feel free to share it out too. Feel free to share the live stream. Oh gosh, I got to make the actual gallery public. So the gallery is now public, so you can head over to braehunziker.com/community, and it's public and ready to go. So I got Alicia over here taking behind the scenes pictures. But yeah, the community gallery is now public. Feel free to share it with friends, family, anyone that you might be interested, anyone that you think might be interested in seeing some absolutely incredible images. Should be good to go. You can head over there. Let me know if it's up and working for everybody. Which MacBook do I have? It's like a mid 2015 MacBook Pro, 15-inch. I definitely need a better computer if I'm going to be doing these live streams more frequently, but 720p is still higher res than PewDiePie's latest video, so you're good. All right. What's up, John? The man, John Russos, is in the building. That's all I needed to see. Now the nerves have settled. The confidence is flowing. We got the chief of the Here's My Thing podcast in the chat. Where'd I get this shirt? It's from an old company out of Bellingham that they're no longer a company, but it was a buddy from high school started it. It's called Decidual. It's one of my favorite shirts. All right, so let's jump into the what's the most high-level piece you've experienced today? Asks John. Dude, the freaking Travis Scott music video you sent me, that just brought the energy that I needed before this live stream. Without a doubt. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's jump in to the gallery. Looks like we're pretty steady at about 150 people in here, which is absolutely amazing. So cool. All right, so I don't know how to like switch between scenes without going into OBS and having this happen. So I don't know. That's just what's gonna have to happen. But yeah. Okay. Oh, and then I gotta pull up the chat on my phone, because now that I'm on the gallery, I can't see the actual YouTube chat. How do I tune into my own live stream? Yeah, maybe. You're right. I should have just taken it from the beginning. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, now I got the chat on my phone. Okay. Which Travis video? It's Don't Play. Yeah. With Big Sean, the 1975. It's a classic. Add scene, then double click. Well, yeah, I know how to change scenes, but I wish there was a way to do it without having to pull up OBS, because then everyone has to look at this OBS thing while I switch back to my, full screen and then go back to this. Yeah, I expected invoice from Brian for the help later. All right, so Alicia's bringing me another computer so I can read the chat. Nice. See, this is why you need a badass assistant like Alicia, just here for moral support and bringing you tea and everything you need for the live stream. Okay, awesome. Yeah, this is a Four Loko with a shot of tequila in it, actually. No, in a little bit. Add scene. So down on the bottom left. Okay. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna call all the technical stuff good. I'll try to get it more dialed before week 2 and 3. But yeah, let's jump into the gallery. And basically, if you're not originally familiar with the community gallery, it was an idea that I had last summer to host the work of photographers from all over the world on my website for people that honestly and truly care about seeing some incredible images, finding new amazing photographers, connecting with others. On Instagram, I feel like it's super easy. I'm guilty of this all the time, to just scroll through and not really engage with what you're looking at, although there's some incredible work on there being posted by some really talented individuals. Really talented individuals. And yeah, it's super easy to just kind of blow by and not really take in the images and the work that people spend so long creating. So the community gallery was a place where it's meant to be a little bit more long form. It's a longer installment. Each of these photographers will be up for a week. It's 25 per week for a total of 75. And it's meant for people that genuinely care about, the art of photography and the stories behind the images. So, yeah, that's the story with the community gallery. And the first round was amazing. I wasn't sure how many submissions I would get or anything like that, so I just said, first come, first serve. We'll leave it open for a week and everybody gets on. And then within like 3 days, I got 150 submissions. And I spent 4 days straight at my computer, like 10 hours a day, downloading all the images. It's like organizing everything, building the site, and it was a bit of a disaster on my end, just because I was not expecting to get that many submissions, but it ended up being completely worth it. It was super, super cool to see the work of all these people and meet new people. I've connected with people from the original gallery, and people have connected with one another. It's cool to see somebody from your town or where you live in the gallery and, be able to connect with them, go out and take pictures or learn together. So that's what it's all about. And then I kept saying I was going to bring it back in October and then December and then February, and here we are in late March, but it's back and I'm super, super excited about it. This round is absolutely insane. These photographers and their work will blow your mind. And it's crazy because I'll hop on their Instagram and it's like 400 followers, and it's like, why aren't more people looking at these photographers' work? It's really incredible. So one of my biggest goals is to shine a light on some people that deserve a lot more credit than they're getting right now. So yeah, let's jump into things. Is everything still working well? I hope so. Chat looks like it's like frozen or something. I don't know. Oh no, it's not updating on the thingy. Really? Is it showing up? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just not updating on your computer for some reason. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, it's working. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's jump into things. And like I said, if you are in this first week of the gallery and you're here, like definitely spam it in the chat so that I can see, because I definitely want to, talk to you about some of the pictures and whatnot, and it'd be sweet to have everybody else be able to see a little bit of the story behind them. Just quietly listening. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Matt Miller got a message retracted. I don't know how that happened. Do I need moderators or whatever they're called to moderate the chat? And yeah, I saw someone mention I say that they can't wait to see how I pronounce their name. Then it's gonna get rough, guys. Just forewarning you. I was like going through a little bit and like trying to practice to see how I think the pronunciations will be, and yeah, it's just I kind of gave up. It's just gonna have to roll with it and do the best that I can. So yeah. I saw someone else ask if I've tried the new cacti, and yeah, got a little. I was gonna do a little piece for the intro of my next video about that, so we'll see if it ends up making it in there. But yeah, I've tried them. I'm not gonna say anything about it though yet. All right. Yeah, William, I see you're in here. You're in this first week. The bottom there. Or no, at the beginning somewhere. There you are. All right, so let's jump into it. Week 1 of the community gallery. Everybody, 25 photographers, the first 25. And don't forget, there's a discussion at the bottom too. So this should be live now. This blog that you can click on and talk about, leave a comment, talk with the artist, talk about your favorite images, and yeah, highly encourage you to engage in some conversations that way through the discussion blog at the bottom of the gallery, and there will be a discussion for each week. So let's jump into week 1 with the first photographer being Jelani Rice. When I saw this submission, I was really blown away because it always impresses. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's read the bio and learn a little bit more about Jelani here. So my shooting style largely incorporates portraiture, fashion, lifestyle, and documentary photography. I love vibrant tones and colors in my imagery to reflect the way I see the world. Instagram is Jelani Rice, right there. And cameras and film, Leica M6, RB67, and Portra 800, and from Brooklyn, New York. So yeah, Jelani, first one we'll be going through on the week 1 here. And so what I was saying before is it's really impressive to me when portrait photographers can make a spread look interesting and engaging and have all of these pictures be unique and actually intriguing when they're portraits, rather close-up portraits of all these individuals' faces. That's something that I commend people for, and I think really separates talented portrait photographers from, people that don't have as much experience taking portraits. Because I look at these images and it's just, there's nothing boring about them, and yet they're all pretty much just of these people's faces taken from not too far away. Everything from the backdrop, from the lighting, to the way that, they are posed. It's really, really impressive. So this definitely stood out to me as one of the better portraitures, one of the better portrait, some of the best portrait work that I've seen in a really long time. And I went and checked out Jelani's Instagram, and it's just full of amazing portrait work. And again, it's like one of the goals of the community gallery for me personally was to find more photographers that are making great work, because I tried to a lot of the times just browse Instagram, and it's hard to find, people on there because they're just, hidden in crevices sometimes, and it's kind of hard to get that exposure. So I was like, well, let's just bring the images to me, and then I can share them with other people who will also appreciate them. So yeah, Jelani, I'm really glad that Jelani submitted, and I was able to include the work in this round of the community gallery, because this portrait work is really incredible, and I'd highly recommend checking out Jelani's Instagram, like I said, because it's full of great portraits if you love portraits. I don't think Jelani is in here, but yeah, super, super great work. How is my COVID recovery, Bernard? Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. It's terrible. It was terrible. One of the top 5 worst experiences of my life. Absolutely awful. So yeah, I do not recommend getting it. And the other thing too is I was like, God, I hope I have enough unique things to say about all these photographers, because I don't talk about photography like this often, and I'm not good at breaking down all the technical aspects of images, where people used leading lines and all this stuff. Like, I don't care about that. It's, I took a browse through people's submissions, and it's just whatever kind of struck me, whatever stuck out to me. And I'm really bad at analyzing photography from a technical aspect. So I apologize if a lot of what I say about these people's work is kind of repetitive. It's more so just to kind of go through it with you guys and see what everybody else thinks about the work as well. But yeah, you might hear me kind of get repetitive because I don't talk about photography from a technical aspect ever, because I don't like to overanalyze it. It's something that's simplistic in nature for me, enough to the point where I just want to appreciate it for that and not overthink it like I do every other aspect of my life. So how do we submit submissions? Just keep an eye out on my YouTube and Instagram. I'll be letting everybody know down the road through videos and Instagram stories and whatnot when the submissions open up. But you basically just head over to my website, braehunziker.com/community, and once this round is over, these 3 weeks are up, there'll be information on how to submit. That's exactly that. I mean, they look so confident. There's nothing awkward about these images, That's something that I struggle with when I take portraits, is I have an idea for maybe how I want to pose them or something like that, but just ends up looking awkward or uncomfortable. But that's not the case with any of these pictures. Just all convey confidence, all look comfortable, all really cool facial. I love this one. This one's so cool. The facial expression, the lighting, the split lighting down the face, skin tone, the watch here out of focus, shallow depth of field. God, it's just, so cool. Okay. So Jelani's work, amazing. Check it out on Instagram. Next, we're going to go over to Josh Cranfill. Was Josh in here? Can't remember. Don't think so. Cheers from Portland. Still stacking up work. Hopefully can get on the next submission. Absolutely, man. Just keep an eye out for the announcement next, month or two. And, yeah. Everybody is welcome to submit, of course. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all the photographs that get submitted down the road. Also, the thing with Jelani, too, is I'm always kind of mixed on how I feel about film borders, but I feel like they work so well in those images. All the film borders add a really nice flair to all those images, in my opinion. So moving on to Josh. Oh, Josh is in here. Nice. All right, Josh. Time to critique your work, bud, in front of 150 people. Just kidding. All right. So Josh, style, the back of a truck is my camera bag. I travel the country roads attempting to capture the amazing scenes I see. Instagram is Chance of Grain. Spare browser open or an extra tab open. Head over to brae.hunziker.com/community. You can follow along too that way. And, go check it out after I'm done as well and go through it more if you'd like to. So yeah. Instagram, Chance of Grain, cameras and film, Mamiya 645, Nikon FM, Ektar 100, Portra 400, and Lomo 800. Nice variety there. It's actually a good selection of film, a lot of diversity. Offers a wide spectrum of different looks. I loved Josh's submission, and I love images like these. Just, it's a similar style to kind of Nick Carver going out off these highways and just old buildings, places that used to be something but are no longer anything. Always interesting to look at. And compositionally, all these are just really aesthetically pleasing and really nice to look at. All over West Texas, but based in Midland, Texas. Okay. Wasn't Midland in Hell or High Water? Was that a town? Was it Midland Bank or something in Hell or High Water in Texas? Wasn't that a thing? But yeah, this just makes me want to go to Texas and spend a month there driving around all over these roads, and photographing places like this. Super unique. It's just interesting to look at these images and wonder what was going on at these buildings when it was popping and when everything was alive. And, I guess this one looks like it's still in business and stuff, and the Ektor Theater looks like. But what is, what's the story here? What was this? What's going on here? I love pictures like this. Time machine pictures, Yeah, I tried to, Rex, I tried to pick a time that I thought would work for everyone, and then I realized that there's people that are going to be watching this at 4 a.m. and stuff. So yeah, it'll be recorded though, and on my channel, so you can go back and go through it all. way he plays with the geometry of the buildings is really cool. Yeah, it's all these compositionally are great. You know, I love these. Like, it's a simple shot, but it's just something that only experienced photographers know how to pull off correctly. You know, like these straight on shots. Like, a lot of people that are unexperienced would probably look at it and go, "Oh, what's so special about this image?" But if you're a photographer and you've spent time going out and trying to photograph, you know, these subjects like this, you know, it's not as easy as just going out, pointing your camera at something and, you know, getting a great picture. So, awesome work, Josh. And this one's super cool compositionally. Like the overhang here and the way it kind of forms an L through the frame. You know, it's like almost divided up into quadrants. It's pretty cool. I love how it's like split. The top half of the image is split between bright and dark through the overhang. Really cool image compositionally here. This is so cool too. This is like dystopian, like, you know, futuristic, but it's like almost like Blade Runner kind of vibes with the colors too and the kind of haze going on in the background. Just, you know, you feel something with these pictures, and that's like the ultimate. Like if a picture can make you feel something, that's the ultimate goal for me. So, I see Rebecca's in here. You got some work in the gallery, Rebecca. Oh, sorry, again, I'm just gonna say Jaeger. But you're coming up, I think, right, in the first week. Got some other people in the gallery joining in. It's awesome. Gunner's in here. What's up, Gunner? Jonas is in here. Still cool. Old Cotton. Gin. Wow. Gin? I don't know what that is. A cotton gin. Yeah, super cool. Really, really interesting. So check out Josh on Instagram, Chance of Grain, for some more work from Texas. The Ector picture, super cool. Oh God. Do I have any tips for solo filmmakers? I don't know. I mean, probably my biggest tip is to not jump on and start posting stuff right away. It kind of skews your intentions and expectations. Just make stuff for yourself, you know? Like when I started making videos when I was 14, 15 years old, I didn't put anything on YouTube. It was just like I just made videos and then I watched it a couple times and then I put it away. You know? It's like just purely for the fun of it. So make sure it's my advice always is the same thing for photography, for any art, for whatever. It's go into it having the right intentions and zero expectations. Those two things, the right intentions, zero expectations. You know, it's super easy because of the world we live in with social media to jump in and your intentions and expectations get skewed right off the bat because you see all these people that are blowing up and then you think to yourself, oh, this is going to happen to me. And then you start making work just in hopes of blowing up and gaining, you know, a following and being popular on social media. And then the actual intention behind the work gets lost and the beauty behind it gets lost. So yeah, just have the right intentions and zero expectations. When you have zero expectations, it's like nothing phases you because the failures are stuff you can learn from, you know. I started having really high expectations for all my videos and it just became a really unhealthy relationship with going out and making videos and taking pictures. So okay. So yeah, check out Josh on Instagram and then But is it Bordeaux? Jaeger? I mean, it's French, you're from Paris, so God, pronunciation's going to be rough. I'm just going to say Jaeger, though. Super cool submission here. Style, I mostly shoot pictures of classic cars, always in a scenic environment. Instagram, got 2 here. Check them out. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. Bordeaux. Bordeaux. Oh, jeez. But yeah, Jaeger, I saw you were in here a little bit ago. So if you're still in here, say something or, yeah, there we are. Okay. Pretty close, huh? That pronunciation was pretty close, I figured. All right. So shoots on a Leica M6, Fuji GW692, and Dad's Nikon F60, and any film will do. I do appreciate when people just really don't give an F about which film they shoot, and they just, it's anything will do. Give me whatever you have. It's all good. Appreciate that. From Bordeaux and Grenoble or Paris, France style. Yeah. Paris is a really interesting place. I did a couple trips there. Never seemed to want to stay for more than 2 or 3 days, but I don't know. In the summer, it was just really like humid, and it just smelled like cigarettes and BO everywhere. But hey, this is you get a magical. It adds to the magical essence that you feel when you're in Paris. This picture right here is one of the coolest pictures I have ever seen. There's so many good things to say about this picture. The fact that the Ferrari is frozen. There's not much motion blur on the Ferrari except for the rims. You can see the rims are obviously spinning, so there's some motion blur there. But the rest of the frame of the Ferrari is kind of just frozen. And then the Arc de Triomphe is blurry as well as the rest of the image. Like all this stone in the foreground is all blurry, and the Arc is blurry. But the Ferrari is just it makes the Ferrari pop so heavily, just stand out. And then the fact that it's red too, and it's an overcast day, and the rest of the frame is kind of bland as far as colors go. And then you just have this. It obviously just draws your eyes right to the Ferrari. The color's amazing. Compositionally too, the way it's just barely separated here. Can you guys see my mouse on the screen? Oh yeah, you can. Cool. All right. Yeah, the way there's separation between the base of the Arc and then the Ferrari's, the roof of the Ferrari. COVID just lingers on. Super, super cool. Yeah, though it's right out of a magazine. Seriously. So, okay, Jaeger is saying the Ferrari shot was spontaneous. Went for a 6 a.m. drive with friends, stopped near the Arc, and heard a noise. Had time to switch my shutter speed, and boom. So cool when that stuff happens. When photo comes together like that. Oh, man. So cool. And just to think, too, like, getting up at 6 a.m., probably not being super stoked to get up that early. And then you get out here and you get an image like this, and it's like, what was I even thinking? Potentially, skipping out on a day like this. Or I feel that all the time. Get up early and go for a hike, and I'm laying in bed. I just like, oh my God, I do not want to go do this. Maybe I'll just sleep in, and then you head out on the hike, get up to the lake or wherever you're going. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life, and I'm like, I can't even believe I was considering not going to do this. So yeah, super cool stuff from Jaeger, old classic cars in really scenic environments, like he said in his bio. Lots of interesting scenes to look at. Really cool foreground out of focus here. All the sailboats in the background. Some people hanging out by the beach. It's like 3 different environments in one picture here. I love this one too, this fisheye kind of image. And then this BMW. Is that a E30? Is that a, what is that? Is that a 2002 or is it a E36? I haven't been into cars since high school really. I'm not too sure, but the color too of the BMW, the crowd, all just filling the frame to the maximum, utilizing all the frame with the fisheye too. It's pretty impressive. Love this one as well. Yeah, when I went to the Arc, literally a chaotic cluster of cars, people just super busy. So to see it empty too, that's a really good point. It's just like super crazy. It's like it seems like it's like shut down to film a movie scene or something like that. Super cool. Yeah, okay, it's a 2002. Nice. Yeah, love that image. This one's again super cool. I love the 2 buildings kind of coming into the center of the frame, and then it's balanced too by having the Eiffel Tower on kind of the right third, and then the Porsche 944 on the left third. It wasn't a fisheye, or is it just like a lens hood? Oh, okay. So just a vignette from okay. Gotcha. When you put a lens on a full frame camera, an APS-C lens on it. Okay. Gotcha. Very cool effect. It works really well. I love this one too. And I love how it's kind of soft too, lots of grain. It's really sweet. So, really cool work from Jaeger. Some really cool images to kind of just bring you into places that you'll never experience in real life, you know. Super cool. Check them out on Instagram, these 2 handles right here. All right, moving on. We got Kale James Boyce. Was he in here? I think he's from Australia because I was messaging Scott, who might be in here. Scott Kaufman, and he said he's homies with this guy, and they're both from Australia. It's like 5 a.m. there or something, so I don't know if they got up for this. But Kale James Boyce, look for scenery or moments in time that can allow the viewer to feel a certain way. You may feel nostalgic for something that never happened. Instagram, Kale James Boyce right here. And this is a great way to find new people to draw inspiration from, or just, check out on Instagram. So definitely recommend heading over there and seeing the rest of their work. Cameras, F3, Nikon F3, Mamiya 7 II, Cinestill 800T, and Portra. And yep, from Melbourne, Australia. Love this collection of images, and definitely can see, the nostalgic vibes and, scenery and moments that make you feel a certain way. I got really like dreamy kind of a dreamy impression from these images. Like this is just, the motion blur from the people, the neon, the colors, very cinematic. Love this too. Just real peaceful evening, brings you right into the environment that Kale is photographing in. This one too is cool because it's obviously shot at a pretty small aperture, but just enough to get a little bit of blur in the chairs here, which I thought just works really well. This one's maybe my favorite from the whole collection. Super warm shadows down here in the bottom half, and this sand pathway is just, I mean, this looks like a painting, especially the lower half. Like that could pass as a painting. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah, really cool kind of nostalgic, dreamy collection here from Kale James Boys out of Melbourne, Australia, who I don't believe is in here, but yeah, nice and early over there. Was it a 924? Sorry, again, my car expertise is a bit off since high school, so my bad. What's up? Got Radical Eye in here. See the live streams recently. I was gonna actually DM you because I needed help figuring out all the live stream stuff, but didn't really have time. It all was super last minute. So check out Kale James Boys on Instagram, right there, handle right there. Moving on to Taylor Davis. Taylor, I don't think Taylor's in here, but so funny story with Taylor. I'll read his bio first. Taylor Davis, documenting my life, the people and places around me. Instagram's taylordavis.co, right here. And he uses a Mamiya 7, Canon VT, Lomography 800, and Tri-X 400, located in Portland, Oregon, where I went to college. And Taylor actually went to my high school, and we weren't super close or anything, and I hadn't talked to him in years. And then when I started making videos about film photography last year, he kind of reached out and DM'd me, and he was like, yo, dude, I'm into film photography as well. I'm doing a trip up to Washington. Unfortunately, we couldn't link up, but we've kept in touch since. And he started or co-founded the A Box of Grain Instagram collective, so with some really great work on there. And yeah, he's just a super chill guy, and I've been wanting to get down to Portland, shoot with him for quite a while now, trying to make it happen as soon as we're both free and the weather clears up. But yeah, super talented photographer. I love these images. This one up at Mount Rainier, beautiful, just amazing colors, and it's kind of got like the mountain. I'm not sure if there's some clouds kind of in front of it or whatnot, but it's kind of got a Cinebloom type of effect on there, pro mist effect, and yeah, I love the way that adds to the dreamscape of this photo. Again, here, this looks like it was like a Helios or something, so you get that warping effect down here in the bottom of the grass. It's really cool. Again, just like the highlight roll off, so it could have been shot with a Pro Mist filter or something like that. Just very minimal, really beautiful colors. Love this one too. Probably shot in the evening. It fits so perfectly in there too. It's just like, looks like a Tetris piece. You look at the top half and you're like, oh, this looks like out of focus and confusing. And then you look at the bottom third and it's like all crisp, real beautiful colors. And you kind of put this image together the more you look at it. A puzzle in your mind, and kind of unveils itself the more you look at it. Really cool. And I love how the deep blue kind of just fades too. You get the little bit of the leaves showing right here in the water, and then just kind of fades into this really deep, dark blue. This one's really cool too. Yosemite, and just a couple or friends sitting on the bench enjoying the views. Some really beautiful tones. But yeah, I definitely recommend heading over to Taylor's Instagram and checking it out, and check out A Box of Grain too on Instagram, because there's some really great work, and he's, you know, giving back to the community a lot by supporting other photographers and featuring them on his page, on the Box of Grain page. Super cool. So yeah, check out Taylor on Instagram, and super chill guy. All right, moving along. All right, this entry was super cool from Dominic Westbury. Dominic Dom Westbury, Instagram handle right here. Check that out. Skateboard photographer from Chicago, Illinois, or based in Chicago. Camera choice is Bronica ETRS or my Nikon FA, both using fisheye lenses, unloaded Provia 100 or HP5. Skate photography allows you to freeze a nerve-wracking fraction of a second for all of eternity. It's very well said. Oh, is that Dom? Dom is that you? Drummer Dom 99? Right here checking it out. Yeah, this was super cool because it was just one of the most unique. It was one of the most it's a submission that stood out to me a lot from a lot of the other submissions because it's just not something I typically see film photographers doing. First of all, shooting skateboarding. Second of all, shooting on these fisheyes that are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, look at this picture, you know? I mean, he's probably, like a foot away from this trash can, and he's got, 8 feet of frame, or 8 feet of his environment in this one single frame. I mean, and it's like the distortion and everything, it's super cool. It's a really unique perspective. And I know this is a classic style in skate photography, but it's something that I haven't seen recently at all. So to see it kind of come back, and especially doing it on film, super, super cool. All these images, I love the fisheye. And skateboard photography is like something that I just will always revere. Like, it's something I respect. It's something that I cherish and have, immense appreciation for, because skate culture runs very deep. And I know that skateboarders are very, it's like a bug, and once you get bit by it, like, you're in it for life kind of thing, So skateboard photography is something that is super, super cool to look at and hear the stories behind, the images, and get an inside look into the lives of these people that are, doing what they love. I love this one. This one's just I mean, this could have been taken at any time in the last, since skateboarding started. Super soft color palette, lots of grain, just beautiful image. I'd hang this in my house in a heartbeat, I love this one too. This one's amazing. Just fills the entire frame. Fisheye, entire frame filled. Pattern, the repetition here. It's beautiful. Love this submission from Dom. All of these pictures are just super cool. Look at the way the building just all the way up through the frame, all the ivy on the brick too, or concrete. It's amazing. So awesome submission from Dom. If you want to see more skate photography on film, super, super cool. Check out his Instagram right here, D Westbury. And he's in here too if you want to, if you guys want to side chat in the chat too and talk to, I can't multitask too well, but Dom's in here. You want to ask him stuff, I'm sure he's more than willing to answer some questions and chat with you. You can also do it in the discussion page of the gallery in the blog, the bottom of the gallery. So check out Dom on Instagram for some more skate photography. All right, next, Tim. Last name's going to be rough. Tim Huang, maybe. Sorry, bad pronunciation. So rad to be able to have a photo for a homie, for them to remember a trick no matter how old they are in the future. Absolutely. So cool, to like freeze a moment in their life that 40 years from now, when they're, older and can't, maybe not able to skate anymore, they can go back and remember that time in their life where they were young and, able to throw their body onto concrete like that and stuff. It's super cool. So Tim mostly shoots long exposures at night in cars. Instagram's right here. Timothy, again, Huang, I'm sorry, pronunciation's real bad, but right there, Instagram, these are just movie frames, really beautiful. Cameras film, mainly use Hasselblad X-Pan, 500 cm, RZ67, Intrepid 4x5 and portrait 400. Oh, Tim's in here. Sorry, Tim. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Tim. Oh God. It's just embarrassing for me to try to do this. I'm just embarrassing myself. I'm an uncultured swine. Oh God. These panoramas are ridiculous. This picture is so freaking gorgeous. I mean, this is like, top of the line DP work right here. And it's just, these are beautiful, like all movie frames. And I was looking through these, just like going through them all, like can't get enough of this stuff. I'm guessing these first two were both on the X-Pan. So cool. X-Pan at night like this just works, That's awesome stuff, Tim. Stream is lagging a bit. Is that the case for everybody in here? Is it lagging? Or is it just might be your internet connection? I'm not sure. So this one too. This one's so cool. Like, this is just, it's so, because at first it looks like the Waffle House sign is a little bit out of focus, but then you realize it's just kind of the halation from the light. Then the Waffle House in the background, and focus this tree too with the light shining on it like this. Oh my goodness, just kind of unveiling itself, lurking in the shadows, adding a ton of texture. It looks like an explosion almost, like a green explosion, this tree, the way the light's hitting it. Waffle, like this, compositionally, this is just a really, really great picture. The Waffle House sign, right third of the image, going all the way up to the top, kind of this line too, just shooting right towards the corner. Beautiful. It's lagging because the pics are so fire. That sounds about right. Let me see. Oh yeah, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What? What does that even mean? It's poor. How do I fix it? I don't know how to fix this. Oh God. Oh, stream status excellent now. Okay. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. The Waffle House staff came up to the window and waved at you. Dude, that's like my dream, to have somebody that actually is like stoked to come in and wave at you or like support you when you go out and take pictures, instead of calling the police or yelling at you or thinking you're vandalizing or robbing them. That's a shooting at Waffle House. Oh, there's no Waffle Houses near me, but yeah, maybe it's because I'm like streaming it on my phone too. Get off the internet. Awesome stuff. More X-Pan work here. It looks like, look at the like figures on top of the roof too. There, that's super cool. A lot of neon, just really beautiful nighttime photography from Tim. This is like, look at that fog and that haze. Oh my gosh, it's like fantastic deep DP work. So check out Tim on Instagram for more long exposures at night and of cars. Based out of Fort Worth, Texas. Had a few friends go to TCU. Loved it. Seems like a really cool place. I would love to have surgery to switch my eyes for an X-Pan view. I'd be down, honestly. I'd honestly be down. All right, moving on to William Sheepskin, who I see was just in here a second ago. So William, I hope you're still in here. William's got a great YouTube channel too. The kid shoots on a 500 millimeter lens on a Mamiya RB67 or something, or RZ or whatever. A 500 millimeter lens. The dude walks around with it like it's a little toy or something. He keeps it in this Pelican case. I see it on his Instagram. He keeps it in this Pelican case, and he's like, I'm shooting portraits with this thing today. Like, why? Oh, God. It's so funny to me. The thing's got rails. He's got to put it on rails because it'll probably break the mount on the camera. It's so funny. I didn't even know they made a freaking 500 mil lens for that thing, but and the fact that it's the size that it is, so funny. But hey, you get some really great images with it. He made a YouTube video about like shooting with the lens, so definitely recommend checking out William on Instagram or on YouTube, which he didn't put in the bio. You can click. He's in the chat right now, so if you want to click on his profile and check him out on YouTube, definitely recommend doing so. Some really great videos. But William Sheepskin and his style, I like trying to make photographs of things I think have the potential to look nice enough to evoke some of the emotions I felt making them when viewed. I think that's a big goal for everyone taking images. Obviously, they're always going to mean a bit more to the photographer than the people viewing it. But when you can take a photo that, is felt, that your personal emotions are felt by everyone, that's something pretty special. So I think William definitely achieves that with these images. This photo right here, some of you who follow or are subscribed or whatever you do, follow it, join the r/analog community on Reddit, probably have seen this picture because it has like 6,000 upvotes or something ridiculous, as it deservingly should have. This picture is one of the best photographs I've seen since I started getting into photography real heavily a couple of years ago. Absolutely one of the coolest pictures I've ever seen. Taken with his, sorry, I didn't finish the rest of his bio, actually. Mamiya 7.2, RB67, Nikonos 5, Portra 400, and he's located in Cape Town, South Africa. So, really, really cool perspective on where he lives. This photo, though, let me get back to it, taken on the Nikonos 5, I'm assuming, of course, is just unreal. It's so great in so many ways. I love that the horizon line is kind of bent off, off centered, and I love that. I'm not sure if this is just kind of a family situation going on right here, but the what I'm assuming are parents over here, just kind of normal facial expressions, and then person in the foreground here, just like it's like out of a dream, or out of the final shot in a movie or something, when people get freed somewhere, like the protagonist wins or something in the last scene of the movie, and is enjoying the rain hitting their face in the water, and just a lot of emotion. Just it reminds me of like a final scene in a feature film, and it's really one of the most incredible images I've ever seen, to be honest with you. I love this photo. So fantastic work, William. And just consistency throughout all of his work. Beautiful colors. I mean, like, look at this. It's a bee, guys. Sorry, keep looking at the chat, which is over here. Camera's over here. This is a bee in focus with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to photograph a bird, which is hard enough to get in focus the other day, or a couple weeks ago when I was up at Mount Rainier. Like, shallow depth of field, bee in focus, like the colors too, with the flowers here. Beautiful, like really beautiful stuff. Interesting perspective here is with a flash, going off on this plant. Again, just look at like the foreground here, the framing in between the rocks. This is one of my dude, what is this picture? It's beautiful, but it's, you know, it's like, what I want. Who would have thought to take this picture? You know, here's a fish. It's so cool. The colors, the skin tone, like this fish is just vibing, dude. Awesome stuff. This one too is like some abstract painting that could have been painted in the 18th century or something. I don't know. It's amazing. Killing it. The figure in the water, the ripples. You just have to look at this. It's not clear to you when you first look at this image, you know. You look at it and wonder what's going on. The colors too. The color spectrum on this is so interesting. It's like super warm. It's like there's a, you know, the sun is about to smash into Earth or something, and we're going out in a giant fireball or something ridiculous. I don't know. It's really beautiful. So, awesome stuff, William. Definitely recommend checking him out on Instagram, Willie Sheepskin, and on YouTube as well. So, great work, my friend. Really glad I came across your stuff the past few months. All right, moving on. I thought this would be like an hour, but I should have known it's going to take longer. How's the stream doing? Is it lagging at all still, or is it pretty good? It says it's excellent, healthy. Still got 133 people in here. It's awesome. Been pretty consistent throughout the whole thing, which is great. So, moving along to Fernandigo in here. Not sure. But Fernandigo is based in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. Yogyakarta. Did you go there, Alicia? Based in Indonesia, documentary. He likes to take photo documentary of his life, his neighborhood. He uses a Pentax Spotmatic and Fuji C200, Kodak Gold 200, and Portra 400. So, Fernandigo. I just loved these images because when you look at them as a whole, all the colors are really consistent, very aesthetic, very minimal, pleasant to look at, easy to look at. And it's just a glimpse into a culture and a place that I'm, mentioned at the beginning, like I'm very unfamiliar with. So it's really cool to get that window, to look through that, his perspective into a window that I've never seen with my own two eyes, and just very simplistic kind of street style photography with all of these images. It's really cool. I loved this collection just because it's this is one of the best ways to utilize photography. Just document these simple scenes in your life. I love this shot. Again, maybe a Helios. There's probably more lenses that do this effect than just the Helios lenses, but love this shot. I mean, the kind of harsher highlights right here on his face, and that circular kind of background that brings attention to the centrally composed subject here. This one too, really beautiful. I love this one as well. I actually kind of like that it's kind of like out of focus and a little bit blurry, little motion blur here. I think it works. But yeah, really cool collection of images from Fernandigo. Check him out on Instagram here, being.film. So moving on to Tendai. Oh, bad. Another hard one. Dabangwa. Tendai Dabangwa. Butchered it for sure. Tendai. Alicia's cat's doing some strange things in the distance, so if I seem a little distracted, that's why. Murph, you want to come be in the live stream? Mm-hmm. What? You should bring her over here. I don't know what she's doing. So Tendai Dabangwa, I believe pronounced. Style is the exploration and documentation of our relationship with place. Oh God. Yeah, this is gonna go well. Oh God! Oh God! Oh shit! Okay. That was Murph, the creature running around in the background distracting me. Tendai Dabangwa, on Instagram here. Cameras used: Mamiya RB67, Fujika GM670, and a Pentax 6x7 MLU. You love to see that. What is the definition of MLU? Major League Ultimate? Okay. Well, you love to see the MLU get represented there. The one with the dog is straight out of an A24 film. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, uses Portra 400, but also enjoy experimenting with expired film, and located in Berlin, Germany. This is an amazing picture. The warmth, the leaves on the car, the kind of car that it is too. The old Plymouth wagon. The way the leaves have fallen on it, tonality. Yeah, a lot of detail in this wagon shot. Really, really cool. So, and two, just framed really nicely, basically taking up the whole frame, left to right. Love this. And I love too, there's actually a good amount of photography in the gallery this time around, just nature photography, like vegetation in the forest. And I've tried taking pictures just in the forest and the woods, and it's incredibly difficult to compose, get the lighting right, and make an interesting picture when you're out in the middle of the woods. It's really hard to do it because it's hard to create separation with the background, the foreground. Everything kind of looks the same. It all looks like this big kind of mushed, pile of garbage whenever I shoot photography in the woods like this. So to be able to create an image that is intriguing and, interesting and composed well and with the separation like this is really, really impressive to me. I obviously use this little patch of sunlight to kind of highlight this log that's laying on the ground. Highlights and shadows kind of mixed in right here. So I thought that was really impressive again with these two. Like if you look at this tree, there's like a stroller hanging on the branch here, which is really weird. Kind of looks like something in a A24 horror film. Just really, really cool collection here. I thought it was just impressive. Those shots in the woods. I love this one too. Just like this guy's just chilling, minding his own business. Framed really nicely too, with the window actually framing the subject here, and him kind of just being in the bottom third too of the window. It's really, really interesting. Cigarette, just chilling. I love this. I just love the like hand on his chin too, just kind of little smirk, Great images from Tendai. What? Holy F. That screenshot of Murph on the live stream. Oh goodness. Yeah, Plymouth and Berlin. Like what? Why? How? I have so many questions. All right, moving on to Freddie Ruprecht. Freddie Ruprecht. Sorry, again. Freddie Ruprecht. I like playing with light and shadows and anything that catches my eye. I was going to say, by the way, I don't go through too much in detail before the live stream because I wanted it to kind of be like a raw reaction. Obviously, I go through and I look at the images and I make the selections and everything. But as far as like the bio goes, I just copy and paste it in here because I want it to be a raw reaction to everything. But the fact that he says he loves playing with light and shadows is incredibly true because with these images, I remember thinking to myself, wow, the way this person uses shadows is really, really impressive. Instagram, Fred's Bean Shot. It's a great name. Fred's Bean Shot. Cameras, Minolta X700, Bronica SQ, hey, Bronica gang. Portra 400, Gold 200, and Fuji C 200. Freddie's in here. Nice. I got the last name right too. Ruprecht. Sick. What's up, Freddie? Awesome images. The way you use shadows is really impressive to me. Like you use dark shadows and make them work in frames, which is really, really cool. I love this one. Soft. Maybe Cinestil here. I don't think you mentioned Cinestil in the films, but the halation kind of looks like it. But this is, like the stairs here and then the kind of reciprocal of the stairs here, the dark stairs, the lights, how they're creating that soft haze. Beautiful, simple compositions, color-wise, really great to look at too. Like here, these shadows, super cool. Not everybody sees this. Not everybody would walk by this, even photographers, and go, this is going to make a cool picture. Like this divides the image into thirds. You have the dark shadows here, the actual building here, and then the sky making the last third. It's really cool. Colors-wise too, you have a completely different palette through the whole thing. Black and dark down here, kind of tan and beige through the middle, and then blue up top. This takes a really keen eye to spot stuff like this and then frame it correctly or frame it aesthetically. Again, like these dark shadows here just running through the bottom. Most people would look at this and never shoot this because these shadows are so harsh, but Freddie just finds a way to make it work. Same with this, the way that this shadow kind of runs parallel with the stairs here, right into the street light. This one too, really harsh highlights and then really harsh shadows, the kind of two diagonal lines converging here with the shadows, pointing to the gate or fence, gate kind of doorway thing right here. This one is beautiful. The arc, like the way the stairs are just slightly illuminated here and just kind of running through the frame. And this beautiful arc right up to the top corner. Really, really cool. This one is beautiful. So really, really fun collection from Freddie. Check his Instagram out, Fred's Bean Shot. Sorry, I keep trying to look at the camera, look at this, read the comments. Doing a bad job of balancing this all. First time using Cinestil. Yeah, I could. My film photography eye is still functioning. Thought that halation was Cinestil. Yeah, great work from Freddie. Highly recommend checking out his Instagram. More architectural kind of, imagery. Really, really great stuff. Thanks, Alicia. That's okay. Should I? Yeah, bring a cacti. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Where are we here? We're on to Homer Ochaba. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know if Homer's in here. Ochoa. Not sure. Homer, but Homer Mostly landscapes, always trying to improve other styles from portraits to street. The goal is to take dope photos regardless of style. And Instagram is Photos de Homero or Homero. God, I'm so bad with this. Instagram here, if you want to check it out. Cameras, he uses Pentax 6.7, Mamiya RB 6.7, AE1, Portra, and Ultramax. And he's located in Orange County. These were really cool images because there's little things in them that really made it stand out to me. Particularly this image. This image is really fascinating to me. The fact that this is going on in the sky, this contrail like this is ridiculously cool. Like once in a lifetime shot right here. Is the stream still working? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so yeah, super cool. Here, I love this one too. Real harsh shadows in the bottom, and then you got some lights through the middle, and then blues, soft blues up top. I love when images are kind of divided into three somehow. You know, whether through color, whether through shadows and highlights, whether through symmetry or architecture. Whenever an image is kind of divided into thirds, it always seems to, not always seems to work, but it, you know, a lot of the time seems to be really aesthetically pleasing. And this is just a prime example of that. The plane wing too, just kind of cut through right through the middle. How he cut off a lot of the plane on the left side. This one too, at I don't know where, probably Yosemite, I'm guessing, but right into the sun, and you get these pentagon kind of flares. Really cool, all the way through the frame. And then I love that there's just a little bit of water, kind of sun reflecting off the water down here at the bottom of the frame. Kind of draws your eye down there, make you question for a second what's going on, you know. This one's really, really cool. Taken at night, long exposure, some motion blur in the boats as they move through the water. This boat on the beach is completely still. You know, boat service shop, maybe Cinestill here, some really cool red halation, but the texture of the water and the color of the water is really beautiful. It's deep blues and in the sky as well. Super, super cool. How do I apply for the gallery? So follow me on Instagram or subscribe on YouTube, and I'll be posting updates on my Instagram story or a video on YouTube when the next gallery goes live so that you can apply for it. But yeah, I just got to keep an eye out for the announcement. My throat's getting dry talking so much, which is a perfect transition into this beverage, the Travis Scott Cacti Spiked Seltzer, 7%, 11:30 a.m. on a Sunday. Cheers, everybody. So, the cacti thing, like I saw them come out, I wasn't even going to buy them, and then all my friends were posting how terrible they were. So naturally, I had to go to Safeway immediately, buy 9 of them for $24 to try for myself. I wasn't even going to buy these. And then everyone was like, oh, these are terrible. These taste like ass. And I was like, Chavi wouldn't do us like that, would he? So I had to go see for myself. So we went and bought 9 of them for $24, complete ripoff. But you got to take into consideration it's 7%, you know. But they aren't that bad. Like, especially the lime and the pineapple, they're actually pretty good, especially for like 7%. You know? Alicia's favorite was the strawberry. That was my least favorite one, but Now, would I recommend you go get 9 of these for $24? No. But, you know, everyone was saying they're terrible. They really aren't that bad. Anyway, moving along. Love this one. This photo too. Again, bottom third. This solo person just walking right down the beach, right in between the dry sand and the water, and this kind of wet blue sand right here. Draws your eyes right to the city, the horizon line where the city and these buildings are. Colors wise, really beautiful. And this one is really cool too, because the way the light is reflecting on this old RV. Oh God. Is really cool. It looks like there's like frost kind of on it, you know. I just love the way the light reflects off the RV and the fence too. So yeah, really cool work from Homer. And check them out on Instagram. Photos de Homer O. Homer O. 9 for $24 is a good price compared to Norway. Yeah, Gunner, dude. What, in Norway, I bet this would be $67, probably. I mean, you pay what? What do you pay for $18 for a Happy Meal and then another $4 if you want to sit inside the restaurant? Every time I go to Norway, it's like I save up a certain amount of money and then I leave Norway and it's like always double what I was expecting to spend over there. And that's like, I'm not even complaining because it's well worth it for how absolutely gorgeous that country is. And Norway's the one Alicia always gets scared because I want to move to Norway. But Norway is, every time I go, it's the one place that I go and that I never want to come back from. Everywhere else I go, I can spend a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I'm like, I'm ready to go home. Never Norway. I've never once gone to Norway and been like, I'm ready to leave. I love it, and I love it there. I love it. Norway's amazing. And if I got to pay $2 to use a public restroom, and I got to pay $84 for a Happy Meal, and, you know, $19 for a beer, so be it, you know. At some like malls and public restrooms you have to pay. Yeah. I don't think it's $2. Maybe it's $2. I can't remember, but but you're also like taken care of as a citizen in Norway, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it must be nice. So yeah, Norway is freaking dope. But yeah, I don't even know. Do they sell these in Norway? Or over in Europe? All right. Moving along to Ian Quay, who I saw was in here earlier, I believe, right? Ian? Yeah, Ian was in here not too long ago, I think. So, Ian, if you're still in here, your time is up, my friend, or your time is beginning, or whatever. Okay, Ian Quay, what I seek out is the beauty in the overlooked, quiet scenery. I'm going to let this one go into the mic. That was bad. I apologize, guys. Oh, jeez. Okay, so Ian, let me know if you're still in here. seeks out the beauty in the overlooked, quiet scenery of our day-to-day. The subject material, often melancholy and mundane, is just what I happen to encounter, and to stop and admire the bright side of LA. That was bad. I just heard the burp over Alicia's video. Ooh, that's bad. So Instagram, Ian, at Ian Quay, and cameras and film, Mamiya 645 Pro, Mamiya 7.2, Portra 400, Fuji Pro 400H, and Cinestill 800T, located in Los Angeles. Oh, Jelani's in here. Nice. You worked for Warner Bros, Jelani? No way. Oh, you and Ian worked at Warner Bros together. No way. What'd you do at Warner Bros? That's super cool. Nice. Yeah, Jelani, your portrait work, unbelievable. Some of the best I've seen. Seriously, really good stuff. Okay, so moving on to Ian here, located in Los Angeles, photographing day-to-day, subject material, melancholy, mundane. Oh, the cacti is just making me rip right now. I just like this collection as a whole, colors-wise, aesthetically. You know, it's just simple things that often go overlooked by everyone. And then you get a photographer, you know, with a photographer's eye to come across these scenes and capture it in a really beautiful way. And that's exactly what Ian's been able to do here with all these images. Colors wise, the light off of this sign, you know, does this photo work in the middle of the day? No, probably not. Again, like just beautiful light reflecting off the house here. You know, kind of old car here in the driveway. Again, this looks like the same car. You know, I love simple imagery and simple photographs like this. Drive through, open 24 hours inside. You know, and you get this cool shadow too, like reflecting on the inside here. All these images kind of seem to be taken in the evening, which really work quite well. Framing here, really interesting. You know, just bottom thirds, and you get all this blank space up top. This too, symmetry, the shadow. It's really cool. And I love the kind of jaggedness of the shadow here on the stairs from this first railing. Same scene, different angle here from the drive-through shot. It's just a really simple and aesthetically pleasing collection here from Ian. So awesome stuff, Ian. So wait, okay, let me see here. Yeah, a lot of people with the Mamiya 7.2, huh? Seems to be a common theme here. Both worked in marketing. Very cool. At Warner Bros. That's really cool. I have a friend that works at Sony right now in LA. Sony Pictures. Doing marketing stuff, I believe. So, yeah. Jelani, I wish I came across your page so much earlier. I saw your submission and I headed over there and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I haven't been following you since, you know, the beginning. Your stuff's awesome. Speaking of gas, y'all are making me want to get into medium format even more. Yeah, man. I'd highly recommend it. You know, especially if you've spent a good amount of time with 35. Making the upgrade is quite a good time. Cool. All right, so check out Ian on Instagram at Ian Quay. Moving on to Jacob Dykes. I find breathtaking space in both photography and nature, so my work combines the two. I try to explore a relationship with natural systems and landscapes through my work. Instagram, Jacob_Dykes_. Check it out right there. Murph is coming in again, being all curious. And Jacob uses the Mamiya RZ67 Portrait 400 and is located in the UK. Again, this is another really dreamy kind of collection with really interesting colors and really interesting scenery. I just liked. She's gnawing on the the locking mechanism. Anyway, yeah, as a whole, I think all these images really work nicely together because you get kind of a, you have two images here that are both very similar in color and subject. Here and here, color-wise and time of day-wise, very similar. And then with the this landscape and this portrait, so you get kind of like three sets of two that all work real nicely with each other. And that's something that I look at too when I, go through the submissions, is not just each individual photo, but the collection as a whole. I recommend you submit 5 to 8 of your best images you've ever made, or your best work, or, just 5 to 8 images that really describe you or represent you as a photographer. And so some people kind of submit work that is, has a central theme or a backbone or a story behind it, or all are aesthetically aligned, through colors or composition or subjects and scenes. And that's something that I love to look at with the submissions. So this is kind of one of those cases. This old, looks like countryside here. Again, something that I've never seen with my own two eyes. Love this too, the kind of haze in the background, the blurriness of the backdrop here. Just the wet row in the foreground winding through the center of the frame. This is really an amazing picture too. Like all these birds, I guess it looks like, in the top third, and then the sunset going on. You have this person really defined too, and then this person kind of just framed really nicely between these blades of grass that are blurred out in the foreground, obviously swaying in the wind. Just really dreamy compositions. This portrait too, really soft, curious. I love the facial expression, the river too in the background winding through the frame. And then this looks like the same river or similar location. This is a beautiful landscape image. I love this. This just winds right through the frame, leads your eyes through the whole composition. You get a glance at the foreground, this kind of slide, the mudslide area, foreground, these hills, the sky. Color from a color perspective is just really gorgeous. And then this too, sun right behind this cloud, bringing those rays down, purple hue off in the distance, and then this grass just motion blurred out of just kind of swaying in the wind with that motion blur through it. It's really, really cool. So I loved this collection as a whole. Awesome stuff. Jacob. You want to check out Jacob on Instagram? It's right here. Jacob_Dykes_. Okay, I'm going to get caught up on the chat here. Haven't seen any Mamiya 7 below 2K. Yeah, I haven't seen one below like 3K. It's ridiculous. I actually want a Mamiya 6 more than I want a Mamiya. People were telling me that the COVID symptoms linger for like 3 months afterwards. Like William had it, and he was telling me that he's still got like a weird cough thing like 3 months later. Sucks. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, COVID situation sucks, but yeah, I kind of want to get a Mamiya 6 actually, but the Mamiya 7 seems to be very popular camera amongst all these submissions, all these photographers. Okay, so let's see, moving on to Jordy Olson. Let me get caught up real quick too. Rebecca saying 645 is underrated. I've never even shot 645. I want to give it a go. It does seem nice to kind of have those extra frames, as Ian mentioned. What's up, Madison? Madison Beach is in the house. Love to see that. Yeah, just in time. We're about maybe 3/4 of the way through. Got a few more photographers left to go through here. And yeah, so we'll move on to Jordy Olson. Recently started shooting film. Describe my style as intimate landscape with some everyday living scenes. I use a Konica Auto Reflex T3 and a Yashica A to shoot with. As I am new to film, I've only got my first roll developed. So this is all from Jordy's first roll, which was C200. I like the film, as Deep Fucking Value would say. I like the stock. I like the stock. I like the film. But I'm excited to get my Kodak film developed. Instagram is jordy.olson. Location, Cape Town, South Africa. When I'm going through the submissions too, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really looking at the bio. I'm not looking at who the person is or anything like that. I just take a look at the images as a whole and try to get a wide variety of, people into the gallery. So, yeah, don't feel like you can't submit just because, this is your first roll of film or whatever. I'm not making any biases based on that stuff. It's just take a look at the images and how they fit together and make a decision based off that too. So, but I really like these images because they came through really small. They're kind of blown up here on the website, but they all came through really small and they almost looked like postcards or something. And it was really cool just because they all worked super well together. Just places I'd rather be, on a plane, flying over a beautiful, landscape, out in the countryside, an old barn, sunset, on a promenade, boardwalk, and another sunset by the coast, some sand dunes. This looks like it was almost taken out of a moving vehicle. Kind of the motion blur and these beautiful clouds too in the sky. But yeah, I really like this collection. It's kind of like a mood board. But really loved this from Jordy Olson. So check Jordy out on Instagram right there. Move it along. I've had nothing to eat today, so the cacti is... It's kind of ripping, dude. I think so David says he's a sucker for 6x6. I've come to the conclusion that 6x6 is the best format. I'm just going to say it. Yeah. Alicia agrees. Alicia shoots, she has a S2, Bronica S2, and a Rolleicord. Rolleicord. And what, you found the Rolleicord at the thrift store for like something? A neighbor gave it to her. The thing, it's like the images are absolutely gorgeous. 6x6 is the way. I like the film stock. That's gold. I like the film stock. So it's so true. Okay, so sorry if I'm mispronouncing. Raymond. You said you did have COVID and you lost taste and smell for a month. Still can't taste some things as well months later. Holy crap. I never lost taste and smell, thankfully. My taste got really weird, or my smell got really weird. I had like a phantom smell in my nose, and I still kind of do, like at random points throughout the day. It's like a really weird smell, and it was like skewing my taste real bad, but I never like fully lost my taste and smell, thankfully. SQ, I love to see people using the Bronica SQ because it's a freaking fantastic camera. Jonas, I felt that way too at first, as far as 6x6 being too narrow and weird, especially composition landscape wise, like trying to shoot landscapes with it. And I took a big break from it when I got the Pentax 6.7 and the Bronica GS1, just shooting 6x7 most of the time. Then I went back to square after a while, and just, I don't know, came at it from a new kind of perspective. What? Yeah, Alicia says it's easy to look at, and it's, I don't know, it's just, especially with a wider lens, like a 65 millimeter lens on my Bronica, dude, like it's just one of the most beautiful ratios and focal lengths. Like the combination's really, really cool. And I love it for, like, now I've really learned to love it for landscapes. I love it for portraits. Some of my favorite portraits I've ever taken, 6x6. On the Bronica with the 65 mil lens. And it's like f4 too. Like, I don't even care that, it's not a super fast lens. But I'd love to get the Mamiya 6 because comes with the 75 mil 3.5, and it collapses, as I'm sure many of you are familiar with. It collapses even smaller than the 6.7 does. So for traveling, it just seems like the most ideal camera, the Mamiya 6. And I'm like really tempted to sell cameras to get it, but I really don't want to sell the Bronica. I'm going to keep that thing forever, I think. I don't want to give up 6x7 completely, so I want to keep the Pentax. But yeah, we'll save up and maybe down the road pick one up. What were you laughing at? Oh, the phantom smell comment. With all that burping, I know where this comes from. Yeah. Wait, Jelani, I haven't got COVID, but I lost my smell 6 years ago. Like, that can happen? You can just lose your smell? That's scary. Oh my goodness. Dang, I'm sorry to hear that. A blessing and a curse, though, you said? Or a gift and a curse? Yeah, yes. I mean, there's a lot of things you don't want to smell. Wow. Oh, okay. So, Ryman. Barely noticeable now and starting to get better. You can like retrain yourself to taste and smell by smelling coffee and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. My taste is still a little bit off. It's really weird. It didn't go away. Everything was real different. Like I'd eat a burger and it tasted like metallic. I don't know. Super weird. Anyway, moved along because I'm using Alicia's Wi-Fi and she has to go soon. So very gracious for Alicia letting me come do this at her house. Okay, so Christian Tall. I do all types of visual art for a living, so my style changes constantly, and I learn from every phase of it. I love when people can like transition from different styles and stuff, and don't kind of classify themselves as one particular style. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just love when people take on that challenge of transitioning between different styles, and kind of not necessarily honing in on one, but just exploring a bunch and seeing what interests them and seeing what kind of images they can get from exploring different areas of photography. Instagram is Christian Tall right there. If you want to check them out on Instagram. And shoot on the AA1 RB67 and Olympus MJU1. The location is Estonia. Very cool. Very cool. This first image, has anybody seen the miniseries Chernobyl? Because this looks exactly like that scene where they're out in the street and they're washing everything down and they got the suits on. This image is so fascinating to me. It's like, is it rain? I think it's like rain maybe coming down, but it reminded me exactly of that scene in the miniseries Chernobyl when they're washing the streets down and the water's kind of coming over them. They got the rain gear on and the hoses and stuff. Oh, you hear the Mamiya 6 breaks easily, Jelani? Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear, because I was kind of going to beat the shit out of it. I'm not kidding. It was going to be like my throw in the backpack, like travel, not have to worry about camera, but it's a bummer. Love my SQA, but just like the form factor of a TLR. You like TLRs? Amen. So Rayman. I'm sorry. Pronunciation so bad. Scream Raymond. Raymond. Somebody said scream it, and it sounds right. Raymond. Raymond. I don't know. Raymond. That's what I was saying. Raymond. I thought that was right. All right. Okay. Yeah, the GA645 would be good for travel. I want a 6x6 that's good for travel, though. That's a thing. I don't know. All right. Anyway, moving along with Christian's work. Yeah, just very cool, kind of like dystopian, different era imagery here. Like the fireworks going on off in the background. Like this looks like just a firework went off and he just tried to like quickly grab the picture, because it's kind of like there's a lot of motion blur going on and stuff. It's just really interesting imagery. This is like super bleached too, this image, portrait, environmental portrait with like subjects just being in the bottom half. Everything else is really bleached. She kind of, her dress too, like, I didn't even realize this when I was first looking at it, but the dress totally matches the flowers. It's really, really cool. And another kind of like bleached image with these cactuses. Really weird. They look like stuffed almost. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I just loved this collection, because it just kind of there's no place and time where these images really fit for me. It's all different, and I like that. And then that's exactly what Christian kind of said. Style changes constantly. I'm trying to learn from every phase of it. So check out Christian on Instagram right there, and yeah, I'll move on. What? Oh. It's okay, I'm prepared for this. Yeah, the camera that I have, I tried to like plug it in, but it doesn't do power that way, so I just have like some spare batteries. I figured the camera might die. It's okay. It's okay. We're ready to go. Are you, what, 30? Yeah. Only have, yeah. Sorry, it's taking way longer than I thought. Okay, gonna have to kind of speed through the last little bit here, unfortunately, but yeah. It's funny when I like fix it and then I see, because like the chat's delayed, so then it's like I know it's fixed, but I'm like, just now all the messages are coming in that's like, your camera died, the G rest in peace GH5, Lumix out of battery, and I'm like, yes, I know it is fixed. If your camera was mechanical, it wouldn't happen. Find me a mechanical digital video camera. All right, guys, we are back. Let me check the stream. Damn, still 100 viewers. That's pretty nuts. That's awesome. Okay. Kyle Mcdonald. Maybe a distant cousin of Kyle McDougal. Just kidding. Instagram. The link is in here. It's Kyle F. McDonald. Also, a YouTube channel link in here. So if you want to check out Kyle on YouTube, head over to branziker.com/Kyle-McDougal and get the link there for you. Based out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And all these images are shot on my Mamiya 645 with mostly Portrait 400. This first image was one of my favorites from the entire gallery. One of the best compositionally framed, put together, just pictures that works so incredibly well. The way that the leaves from these trees, the yellow leaves, all circle around this one single isolated tree in the middle of this field is such an incredible image. And I think that should be pretty apparent to anybody who looks at it. This is just one of those images that's almost too perfect to even... It's so perfect. And I looked at this picture and I was genuinely jealous of it, because this scene is so good. It's just one of those things that's made to be photographed, you know? So, yeah, this image was absolutely incredible. And, one of my favorites from the whole gallery. Really well done too. The colors too, just the yellow in the top thirds, and then you get the highlights from the sky that really emphasize that isolated tree in the middle, and then the bottom foreground kind of dark in the shadows. Just a really, really fantastic image. And another one that would just be a beautiful print, hang in your house, blow up real big. That's this image is fantastic. And the rest of the work too is really, really great. Not necessarily all images that kind of flow with one another, but all fantastic standalone images for sure. This one right here, of this snowy evening, of the street light illuminating everything. Maybe it kind of looks like it was shot before it was completely dark out. Oh, it's just fantastic stuff. This looks like maybe a sunrise, a morning, some frost over the car, over all these cars. Looks gorgeous, the way the light kind of reflects off the frost. This one too, with the haze and the lights. Kind of glowing through that haze. And then the way that the Kango is just illuminated and the rest of the sign's kind of dark. And then the gas pump itself is dark too. There's 4 points of brightness. The Kango, these two lights, and then the light off in the distance. Really, really beautiful. Really cool portrait. This one is the facial expression's very confrontational. And it makes it look like the subject's almost uncomfortable with having his picture being taken, which is an interesting vantage point from a portraiture perspective. Not something I think people usually photograph, this kind of facial expression, but it works, I think, with the harsh lighting, the harsh shadows and highlights kind of going on. Another really cool snowy scene, just an isolated chair just kind of outside. the light above it. But really great collection, and this first picture is absolutely insane. I want a print of this bad. So Kyle Mcdonald on Instagram, Kyle F. McDonald, and confirmed distant cousin of Kyle McDougal, actually. So I don't think Kyle's in here, but yeah, definitely recommend heading over to the Instagram, checking him out. Okay, speeding through. Lewis. Is this pronounced Lewis or Louis? Alicia. Louis. Is that Louis or Lewis? It is Louis. 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 I think it could be both. Maybe, I don't know. But like, I always thought it was Lewis or Louis the Child. But I think it's Lewis the Child. Am I correct? I don't know. Oh, really? I don't know. So anyway, Instagram right here, Louis_Seedhouse, photographer from Cornwall in the UK. Work is almost entirely shot with Porsche 400, few different cameras, but mainly the Bronco, little typo there, Bronco GS1 and a Mamiya 7. My kind of work I shoot generally, the work that I shoot is generally a mixture of portraiture and landscape photography, but a common theme throughout most of my imagery is the relationship between people and places, kind of environmental portraiture. A Bronco GS1, that's fucking gold. Dude, can you imagine if Bronica was branded Bronco? The Bronco SQ. Give me a cowboy hat and a cigar and put me in West Texas. Holy shit. A Bronco GS1. All right. But yeah, Lewis, sorry, again, not sure which one it's pronounced. But again, I thought this collection as a whole was really beautiful. Just simplistic, beautiful colors. I love this portrait. Eyes closed, in the moment, this landscape. And then I loved this image. This one's really cool. I love how the highlights in the top half are really prominent, and then you get real harsh shadows in the bottom half. And then this boat that's like sunk splits the image into two. It works really, really nicely. Again, just a really aesthetically pleasing collection of images from Louis. And I love when the whole collection kind of creates a mood board like this. So really good work. And you can check Louis out on Instagram right here. All right. Let's see. Matt Miller. Matt was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Matt, this first image is Ansel Adams. Like, unbelievable black and white landscape image right here. I don't ever really mess with black and white landscapes because I suck at it. Color is such a prominent... I do. I'm terrible. Color, I look at every composition I look at in terms of color. And so to nail a black and white landscape like this, create that definition, that separation, the contrast, that dark sky. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful photo. Really impressive. And I know how hard it is to nail black and white landscape images. So when I saw this, I knew it was incredibly deserving. This one too, basically split down the middle. Like look at this. This is a super interesting picture to look at. You know? Super, super interesting. He could have framed this so many ways, but I love the way that he framed this. Just with this bottom half being littered with these old cars. You know, it's like popcorn, and then the color palette too is very beautiful throughout the whole frame. All of these pictures are really, really well put together. This black and white image is just, super nostalgic, soft, grainy. The Lumochrome here, pretty cool. I love the tone of the blue kind of reflecting off that water. That works really well to create separation throughout the frame. Really, really cool. Matt's in here. Awesome. Yeah, great, Matt. This stuff's amazing, dude. Super, super cool. I'm obsessed with that first image. It's another one I'm adding to my list of prints that I want in my house. Seriously, it's a beautiful photo, as is the rest of your work. Check out Matt on Instagram, Neon Thunderbird. I didn't go through his bio. Jeez, I'm bad. Neon Thunderbird on Instagram, located in Portland, as seen with the image of Mount Hood. Hey, Matt, where was this first one taken? Did you answer that already? Gunnar asked, where was that black and white, that first one taken? Mostly mountains and old cars. I'm always on the hunt for striking scenes to capture. Uses the Hasselblad 500 CM, Olympus XA, Olympus Pen FT, Graflex, Crown Graphic. Is it Graflex? I always thought it was Garaflex. Crown Graphic? Oh, I don't know. God. I'm so uncultured. Portrait 800, Ultramax, Tri-X, T-Max, wide variety of films. FP4, Lumochrome. So, awesome stuff from Matt. He's in the chat if you want to talk to him, ask him any questions. Matt Miller, Neon Thunderbird on Instagram. So, awesome work. Okay, we got Nuno Merjal. Not sure if Nuno is in here. I like to shoot a mixture of adventure, feeling emptiness, and a sense of isolation. I shoot what makes me feel nostalgic. The Instagram here is Merjal_calm_Joda. Cameras and film, Canon FT with Helios 44-2 and a Yashica Minister 3 Kodak film stocks located in Lisbon, Portugal. This first image, again, is just really beautiful. It looks like they maybe used like a lens filter or like a lens prism ball kind of thing to get this distortion in the bottom half, which the way that the clothing blows through the wind as well as the hair, this works super, super well. Just with the kind of like red softness, motion blur type effect in the bottom half of the picture, along with the hair and the clothing and the wind. Dreamy image, and it's just one of those things that Nuno's in here. Nice. Yeah, so prism, close enough. I'm sorry. Yeah, a lot of people are gonna have to accept close enough because I'm bad with names, but yeah, this first image is super dreamy, super cool. The color palette. And the way the hair is kind of like blocking the right half of her face. I love that. All these images, just like this one too, is super interesting because the lighting is just really harsh, and the way that this is framed, having the sign be centered into the sky. If you look at the sky as a composition on its own, this sign just right dead center makes it nice and prominent and stand out. And then the red, white, and blue colors all work really nicely together. And creates a lot of separation throughout the frame. Really cool, soft palette here. This environmental portrait. This one, too, I love this one because this one just got some kind of blurry blades of grass throughout the frame. Wind kind of coming through, creating some motion blur, and the color is just really, really beautiful. So I loved this collection. Some cars as well at the end there. So awesome stuff from Nuno. Got a few more here. Not a whole lot of time left. So go and wait. I thought I literally was like, I'm gonna hop on here. It's gonna be an hour. Here we are at over 2 hours, so 5 more to go. Ruben Dario Gallego Jr. Hope that was right. Fashion, fine art, mixed martial arts, sports photographer in Philadelphia. Moody dark, working on intention, keeping it raw when possible. All completely what I saw with the images in this submission. Halcyon Futurism is the Instagram right there. RZ67 500C and Calumet. I've never even heard of that. 4x5. I'm not familiar in the world of 4x5, so there you go. And a Canon AE1, Philadelphia, Miami, New York, and London. I loved this first one. This portrait's really, really interesting. It's just it's a fashion. It's something I've never seen as far as a portrait goes before. I've never, seen like this kind of outfit come together with this individual who's obviously got some character, very unique characteristics, and as far as the tattoos and the earring goes, and it's just fashion photography is super interesting to me because I think it's overlooked how much intention goes into the type of clothes that goes on a specific kind of person. Yeah, it looks exactly like a Viking. Exactly, that was my first kind of thought with this photo. So the kind of clothing fits really well with this guy. And I thought it was just a really, really great image, the color, the red, this furry red color pops, and the hair too is just like contrast is beautiful. This image is cool too. I love the light kind of like right on the American flag, making it nice and bright. This garage, beautiful portrait. Some behind the scenes of some MMA, at a gym. I love this kind of documentary style work too. This is a really cool kind of blurred portrait from the side, from behind of his side profile. And they're amazing, gorgeous portraits. So really cool, just documentary style, raw, authentic. Could feel a lot of kind of organic organicness, in this collection of images. And yeah, so that was Ruben Dario Gallego Jr. Sorry for the terrible pronunciation, but Halcyon _Futurism on Instagram. Then we got Satya Peacock, shoots landscapes, cityscapes. Not so much these days as the UK is under a strict lockdown, but trying to shoot more portraits. Instagram, Satya Peacock, right there. Nikon F4S, Pentax 6x7, Portrait 400, occasionally Cinestill, Ilford HP5. A newfound love for Portrait 400H. Too late? Yeah, maybe. Location is London. I love these first two of these buildings. Oh my gosh. It's like it looks like 70 millimeter Christopher Nolan stuff, out of Tenet. I don't know. The haze, the lights, the diffusion. Oh, gosh, that's doesn't get much better than that. Cool. This is a really cool portrait too, with the date right here. I love that photo. And then this one of bridge reflecting in the window in the background there, and get an inside look. It's like two completely different scenes merged into one image through the reflection, which is really, really cool. Really nicely framed here, the arc kind of over the this building here, stairway leading up to it. You get multiple points that lead you right into this centered building. Stairs, the arc, the railing. So I loved this collection. And that's Satya Peacock on Instagram. Satya is in here too, so yeah, if you want to talk to Satya, so hopefully saying the name right again. But yeah, awesome stuff. And we'll move on to Seth Cagno. At Seth Cagno on Instagram. Use my love of photography to help inspire others to find peace, joy, and fulfillment in life, and to recognize that even in the slow, muted, and uncertain times of life, opportunity for change is never too far away. K1000 and Pentax 6.7 Portra and Lomography 4 and 800, and located in Pennsylvania. These images were really, really cool because they're very painting-esque, all very soft, all very interesting colors, you know, all aesthetically on the same kind of forefront. And these are images I'd say you'd go and kind of escape to, right? Like they're just very, they're just not necessarily scenes you would ever see on a day-to-day basis. And so it's fun to kind of go get this view of something that, you know, is not commonly seen with your own two eyes. Like this is just, you know, it could pass as almost like as renders, like 3D renders, digital art. So it's really, really cool collection that all work really nicely. This could be a painting, you know, just super soft and really beautiful. And I'm guessing that these were, I don't know if Seth is in here, but obviously these look edited to a certain extent. Yeah, I've always seen these conversations about whether or not it's okay to edit your film photos, and it's like, dude, it's your photos. You know, like do whatever you want with them. It's beautiful results. I love this collection. It's aesthetically, they all work really well together. So, okay, yeah, two more. Skylar Van Downflued, who is in the chat. Skylar is in here. Skylar.vdf on Instagram. Cameras, Pentax 6.7, Yashica D TRL, Canon FTV, Portra 160 and 400, located in Toronto, Canada. Just a wide variety of beautiful colors, scenes, subjects. This first one's beautiful. Also kind of one of those images that's kind of split into thirds. Beautiful colors on the left here in the trees. The road cutting right through the middle of the composition. It leads your eyes right through every part of the scene. And then you got some darker kind of shadows on the right side of the frame. I loved this photo. And yeah, these are all images of places that I want a road trip to, you know. I've always, like, these are all places I want to stop at a road trip. This kind of like turquoise blue color that matches the sky, the tennis court matching the sky like that. It's really nice. Beautiful light diffusion, dark enough on all outskirts of the frame, and then light right in the middle. Super simple. I mean, when you look at this picture from a you know, kind of face value, it's just a lot of black, and you have some green and some red, you know, and that light is enough to paint this into a really interesting photo. This is really cool too. Is like, look how bright these reds are and how beautiful this is. The reflection too in the water, how this tree reflects perfectly into the water, right out of the shadowy part of the water. Oh man, it's great landscapes. Great stuff from Skylar. Awesome work, man. Get a little bit caught up here. I sort the colors on people's film scans for a living. Wait, do you work at a lab, William? Yeah, you're heading into autumn, William. We're heading into spring. Every time fall comes around, I always get stressed because I'm like, oh, I gotta go out and shoot the fall colors, and then I never feel like I really do them any justice ever. It's always unfortunate. Okay, so this is the last one. And it is Traylon Moore, who was in here a little bit ago, I believe. Not sure if Traylon's still in here. It's a while ago. Traylon was lurking in the chat, I saw. All right, so prefer portraiture and fashion photography. However, I still try to find ways to make my compositions as artistic as possible. I live on the East Coast in Maryland. It's not too many interesting landscapes in my area, so my focus has always been people. And I think photographing people is far more interesting than shooting landscapes. I love photographing people. I don't feel like I'm the best at it. I love combining landscapes and portrait photography, kind of doing environmental portraiture. But people are in a constant state of change. Landscapes change, but they change over time. People just constantly are changing, both with the way that they look and the way that they think and their opinions and the way that they act. And so to be able to capture something so specific in such a short amount of time is always pretty incredible. And I think when people do it well, it's something that is very, very impressive. And Traylon does it very well. Yeah, Traylon is here checking or watching, so feel free to chat it up with Traylon about these images, but all just really raw and authentic. Like, that's the impression that I got when I first viewed these. All just right into Traylon's life with the people that he spends time with, and hangs out with. So, yeah, I thought this was incredibly cool for Traylon to share kind of this personable side of their life through photography. These portraits are beautiful. These, places that Traylon spends time around, very interesting, and just gives us enough of a view to want more. At least I want more when I look at these pictures, Like, this is an incredible photo. The environmental this is environmental portraiture in its purest form, in my opinion. It's really beautiful. Again, this background's almost serves as like a white canvas background, but it's just an old building that's kind of bleached out and some really soft light diffusion over coming off of the shirt. The hair too is it's beautiful work. Silhouette here. The hair makes the silhouette too. I'm not sure if it was if it was me and my haircut if this picture would work, but the curly long hair creates character with this photo. It's really beautiful. This one I love too. It's like the old phone here. I don't know if this is like an old hotel room or whatnot, but both just staring right into the camera. So much can be felt with these pictures, and when somebody can do that and make me feel something, and I'm sure these pictures make Traylon feel, twice as much as what I can feel, but I'm feeling a lot with these pictures, so that's really impressive. So awesome work, Traylon. So that's all 25 for this week. The plan is to go live 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every week for next Sunday and the Sunday after that for the next 2 weeks of the gallery. This installment of the gallery will be up from now until Saturday. So feel free to hop on, take a harder, take a longer look at a lot of these pictures, communicate or follow these people on Instagram, shoot them a message. I'm sure they're more than willing to talk about their photography and have conversations. And if maybe there's somebody that is in the same town as you or close by, you can, meet up, collaborate, shoot together. That's the whole goal with these galleries. So yeah, this installment, these 25 photographers will be up for another week. Share it with your friends, anybody who is interested in photography or needs some inspiration, getting into photography and wants some, ideas and people to talk to. This is what it's all about. So definitely let others know. And feel free to come back on and take a gander. If you need some motivation to go out and shoot, I go through these and it just, absolutely get inspired to go out and get take photos. I haven't shot in a long time, and this is just making me giving me that itch to go out and shoot. So this will be up for the next week until Saturday, and then week 2 will go up next Sunday, 10 a.m. PST. I'll go live again with some new photographers. Hopefully we'll get some of those guys in here as well, and then we'll go live again on the third week, 2 Sundays from now. And got a car alarm going off, but yeah. So thanks everybody for tuning into this first one. Again, no idea what I'm doing with the live stream stuff. Hopefully it went relatively smooth, and the next ones should go even better. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this first live stream. And it's something I want to continue to do more frequently, even without the community gallery. Just hop on. Live streaming is really cool. It's just a really intimate way to connect with everybody from the community. So BraeHunziker.com/community. Whether these 25 photographers are having their work showcased for the next 6 days or so. And then we will do it all over again next Sunday. Hope to see you there. If you missed out on this round, just keep an eye out for the next announcement where, probably in May, I'm guessing the next one we'll do it all over again. Hopefully bigger and better. We'll have some prizes in store for everybody. So I'm stoked to just bring this back. This is meant to be a little bit more of a mature platform than Instagram as far as viewing people's photography, because, it's just, it's just meant for people to go on and take a longer look at these images, because I know a lot of work went into, everybody is putting a lot of work into creating some incredible images. They're kind enough to share it with me, and I hope that you guys get the same love and appreciation out of it as I do, because it's just awesome to see you get a window into everybody's life. It's kind of it takes a lot to be able to do that and share that personal side of your life. So I guess we'll wrap it up there. This went way longer than I thought it would. Sorry, Alicia. You want to come say hi, Alicia? Yeah. Alicia was in the first gallery, one of the founding members, and is a film lord and a wedding photographer, and slays it at both. So yeah, she's kind enough to let me use her apartment with good Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi in my house sucks. And so she is let me come over here and set up my whole thing in her living room, which is super nice. So big appreciation for Alicia. And thanks for everybody. Thanks for all of you guys for tuning in to the first ever live stream on my YouTube channel. So some people stuck around for the whole time. Pretty much like Gunner, looks like you've been here the whole time, dude. So mad respect. That's awesome. And some other people, Josh, Tim, Rebecca, Eddie, Satya, Jonas, you're coming up here in the week 3, maybe it was. Some other people are, coming up in the next couple of weeks. Traylon, FM, Skylar, William, everybody. Thanks for being here. It means a lot. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, afternoon, wherever you are. Film community, best community. And Instagram DMs are always open too. If you have any questions, concerns, or whatever, want to get in touch with me, shoot me a DM on Instagram. You can shoot me or, engage in the discussion at the bottom of the gallery. All right. So be in touch and get out there, get shooting. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Don't recommend getting COVID, Stay safe. Shit is terrible. So, hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And I will catch you all next week. Thanks for being here for the first ever installment of a live stream on my YouTube channel. So, I'll catch you all. I keep looking over here at the chat. You got the cameras over here, so catch you all next Sunday, and hopefully can get a video coming out soon too. I got a lot just going on with the gallery and work and weather and stuff, waiting for it all to align. But hopefully got a video coming out soon. So take it easy, guys. Peace out. Love y'all. And yeah, long live film, baby. All right, see you guys.